The truth is plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations who protect their citizens, respect their neighbors, and honor the differences that make each country special and unique.
All right. Of course, it should be very clear and very understandable to every person fighting for freedom that freedom is not given. Oh yes, freedom is not given anywhere in the world. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. Oh yes, even Christ himself understood that rule. And when he came to set us free, he has to give his life. Christ, the Son of God, gave his life to set us free. So you understand what we are talking about, that is not just a mere thing. You have to give something to get freedom. Oh yes, you have to give something. In fact, something very, very severe, something very, very precious. You have to give it out to get freedom, so that we know what we are talking about when we talk about this freedom. Today, all of us want to go to America. All of us want to go to Europe. If I tell you the fight, how many years it took Americans to fight with Great Britain before they get their independence on the 4th of July, 1776. Do you know how many years they fought? Did you know how many people they lose? Today we are singing Canada. Canada. Oh, Canada. We want to go to Canada. Did you know what Canada fought? The Canadians. Did you know what they fought with Great Britain? Before they get their independence, is it in 1876? Yeah. Did you know what they fought? Anywhere in the world, freedom is not given. So we must understand that there is a price to pay. This is an educative video, of course. So I'm just telling you that there is a price to pay for every freedom you want to get. Yes, just like there is a price you pay for every success you want to attain. Freedom. Freedom. Even Christ himself, he didn't come to give us money. He came to set us free. That will tell you the importance of freedom. And that will tell you to the extent of what you have to pay to get freedom. Freedom is not given. Freedom is not given. Right? So please, I'm going to allow you to watch this video now and hear and see what they talked about. But you know what? Thinking about this, I know some African countries fought war to get their independence. But please, maybe I didn't get it right. Did Nigeria fight any country to get independence? I'm asking, please educate me. Which country did Nigeria fight to get their independence in 1960? I know the only war that has happened in Nigeria is 1967 to 1970. Biafran War, of course. Not Nigerian War, Biafran War. Yes, that one happened 7 years after independence. Nigerian independence was in 1960. October 1st, 1960. So, who did they fight? Please drop it on the comment section if you know. I don't know. I can't remember now. Please, if you know who Nigeria fought to get their independence, please drop it on the comment section. Meanwhile, I will allow you now to watch this analysis they gave about freedom and about independence so that you will hear and learn what you need to know about freedom. Please watch it.
Why should the Igbo man say it should be an Igbo presidency? Why should a Southwesterner say, I want a Yoruba man to be there? Why should Hausa people say, it's because we just not the same people. We don't trust ourselves. Even the referendum is not in the constitution.
Exactly.
So exactly. I don't even know how the referendum could be conducted, assuming we are able to conduct a referendum. It's going back to the National Assembly that will kill it because it doesn't favor them. Nobody hands over power gently, ordinarily, voluntarily.
Do we need restructuring? I will say yes. Is restructuring our problem? I will say emphatically, no. We as a nation, we had a faulty political foundation that has been militating against our advancement as a nation. We have deliberately, through our attitude rather than the structure, held ourselves down to underdevelopment as a nation. Now, what I meant by this is that our politics has been preponderantly a selfish politics, a politics of let my people rule. That is the politics we have enthroned. And because of this, every other things had suffered dislocations. Now, even the attempt at restructuring that was so placed on us 1 or 2 times in the recent past during this our democratic experiment, the first one by President Olusegun Obasanjo and the last one by President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, they cannot be said to be representative of the desire of Nigeria to lay a new foundation that will be based on love, constructive engagement, diminished selfishness, and the necessity to give our people a better life. Rather, they were political conscriptions that were intended for selfish reasons. And classically, the word or connotation of restructuring has recently become a slogan of selfishness that is not well intended. But like I said at the beginning of my intervention, do we need restructuring? Yes, we need restructuring. For example, in the last conference that was fostered on us by President Jonathan, I happen to have this particular experience. I am speaking on air of this experience for the very first time. Dr. Tunji Braithwaite invited me, said, come and escort me to a very important meeting called by members of the Constitutional Conference from the South. And I went with Dr. Tunji Braithwaite at Ladi Kwali Hall. During that meeting, I was open.
Can I interrupt you?
To listen to what Nigeria, yes, please let me paint this picture because it will help you. Now, I heard the people saying, these people from the north, these our brothers from the north, and the rest of it, and the whole thing was so disgusting. I said, are these political leaders, if the northern segment also calls such a meeting, or the Yoruba nation calls such a meeting, honestly, it is to be titled How Not to Build a Nation, and it is most unfortunate. Do you know, Tunji Braithwaite angrily walked out of that meeting and said, this is arrant nonsense. And I felt relief when I saw people like Tunji Braithwaite called it an arrant nonsense. So with such spirit, our restructuring will continue to roll and hit the rock, except we cultivate the right mental attitude towards the constructive engagement for restructuring. I will say we should probably re-engineer ourselves, recondition our mind to go into a new conference that will ensure that we set the nation, the larger picture of the nation, in front of our eyes, and not our political maneuvering to get cheap political goals.
Nigeria is a country that combines many different types of people. In Nigeria, there are Muslims, there are Christians, there are traditionalists, there are pagans, and there are atheists. Religions divide us, but humanity unites us. Let's come together as one nation. Let's forget our religious differences and come together and unite and face our problems. In Nigeria, we are facing the problems of insecurity, we're facing the problems of poverty, unemployment, poor education, health issues, and bad governance. All these problems, they affect every Nigerian. As far as you are Nigerian, you are affected with these problems. Therefore, if we do not form ourselves together, it will be difficult for us to achieve the success that we are always aspiring for. But if we unite ourselves, we will become very strong, to the extent that achieving success and greater Nigeria will not be difficult for us. Because if we continue to divide, we will continue to be weak, to the extent that all these people that are leading us, they can be able to use us however they want. Because our unity is our strength, but our divisions is our weakness. So if we are divided, we will become weak. And if we are united, we will become strong. And if we unite together, we will become so strong to the extent that whatever problem we face together, we will succeed.
There are different people forced together, and that's why you're talking about devolution of power. And I agree completely that the center has been too attractive, too powerful. An average Nigerian will ask you, sometimes you wonder, why are people clamoring that their own person should be in the presidency? Why don't we look for the best person that have the love and the interest of this country at heart? Why should the Igbo man say it should be an Igbo presidency? Why should a Southwesterner say, I want a Yoruba man to be there? Why should Hausa people say, it's because we just not the same people. We don't trust ourselves, and there's so much power at the center. I ask myself, if you put an Igbo person there, or a Yoruba person, or Hausa person there, is he going there for his own people? Is he going there to go and take the resources of this country and give to his own people? Is it not supposed to be the welfare of all? But the truth is, this presidential system, because I'm not just looking at restructuring the entity called Nigeria, even the political system has to be restructured, because that has been hijacked. So the people have
When you say
no
hijacked,
voice.
how do you mean? You need to break it down.
I'll break it down. We're talking about the best person, the person who has the wherewithal, the mental capacity, the patriotic zeal, the love of the country to rule. That can never emerge in the system in which we are. That there are political fathers, there are political warlords that will produce who you vote for. And you know, we are doing grassroots politics. It is a democratic system. Our constitution has not given room for independent candidates. So the party had to produce the candidate you vote for. Who is the owner of the party? The parties are owned by fathers who put their cronies there. As I was driving down here this afternoon, I saw posters of councillors, councillorship candidates in Lagos, and somebody was saying to me, these ones that are campaigning, who put them there? Who nominated them? Who brought them? So the party. Who was the party? 90% of the people you have in our National Assembly and state assemblies are cronies. So the political system itself has to be restructured so that the people, they are supposed to be representative of the people. Each time members of our National Assembly comes up to say, we represent the people, I laugh, because we don't even know them. You either fight your way there, butt your way there, or get a political godfather that says, go and represent me there. So until we have that level of restructuring, the entity called Nigeria has to be restructured so that same people with the same value, with the same motive, with the same orientation can live together and do their things the way they want it. But nationally, we can come together and agree on the binding forces, like you said when you were doing the introduction, the military, the international relation, the Naira and all the rest of it. But what does the federal government have to do with a sinking borehole in a local government or a primary school within a community? So restructuring, hijacking the political system, that I mean is that the elite, the people who, the patriotic Nigerians, are edged out. They are never in the system. Should he want to be a governor of his state today, you know the first thing that will happen is to go to the political godfather of that area, who will have his own candidate, have his own person, because he has no political structure. So those who own the political structure determine who is presented for voting. At the end of the day, Nigerians are voting for people they don't know, no track record. Okay. You know, you begin to vote for criminals, vote for thieves, because that is what the owners of the political structure from place to place are presented.
All right, now I come back to you, Tony. You were part of the 2014 confab, and there were recommendations made, which a lot of people are clamoring for now, and it was said that the former President Johnson tried to implement certain things, but now there's been calls that there should be implementation of what was decided at the 2014 confab. Now, you could give us details of what was agreed and if it is something we should look into.
The problem is this: the recommendations are voluminous, but the simple needs are those of devolution, rights. I'll give you a small example. This country now bases all its governance on sharing of wealth. Governors go into Abuja to share wealth. At the moment, wealth that comes only from the Niger Delta. Whereas every area of this country has more than enough resources to develop and grow its own self. In fact, even the Niger Delta has not grown as well as could have, because the governors and the systems of governance there have been lazy and not inclined or motivated to add value to their resources. And of all these resources, the most important resource we've neglected is the human resource. Now, if we were to return, say, to the 1963 Constitution, that stipulated that every federating unit, then we had regions. Now, for example, we have states. Every federating unit is to produce, attract revenue, pay a tax to the center, and develop according to its own choice. All right. I believe we must have learned. Very well. Thank you very much. Do well to drop your comment on the comment section. And if this is your first time coming across this channel, you can do well to drop, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your notification button so that anytime I upload a video, you get the notification. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.